And that's just an excuse. That's all that is. And this is what inspired me to do this video. Like, let me give you an example.
Hey, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. It's all praises to the world cause God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem, meaning in the name of Yahweh, Shai, meaning the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful like preaching his word in truth and sincerity. On the brother Todd Sabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, Lord will, with another video to edify. And I want to make a response to this video that the elder apostle Gabbard made on the Daily Edification 4 channel, in which this dude, Pops Porter TV, put views, he put went, but it's supposed to say views won't get me salvation. Y'all then lost all influence. Keep collecting tithes and offerings from our people that already don't have it. Something that Yahushua never asked for. Pharisees. Well, we ain't in this thing to get views, but we are in this thing to put works forth and be seen of those works. Right? When you come into this faith and you want to call yourself somebody that got a voice to speak up and condemn anybody, you got to be willing and you got to be able to preach this word, to actually have that office. The Lord set us up to be vocal. He set us up to be present and visual. Right? So I'm going to play a little bit more of this and we're going to get into it.
You see it back and forth with me and this Pops Porter TV, which, like I say, if you go to his channel, let me show you what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's his channel there, Pops Porter TV, right? No videos. All right? And he ought to be ashamed of himself. But see, like the scripture says in the Apocrypha, a sinful man will find an excuse for his own will. That's what it says in the Apocrypha. It says a sinful man, that's how you know you're dealing with a sinful individual. A sinful man will find an excuse for his own will. Talking about you ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. That's just a damn excuse. This channel has no videos. Mind you, the same energy that he has to go back and forth on my channel, putting comments back and forth, why don't you direct that same energy to making a video? So I went to his channel. Like I said, that's something that Elder Pastor does, right? The guy will talk shit. All he does is go to his channel, and there'll be nothing there. That's how you know that individual is not sincere. Now, the scripture speaks about sincerity. You know, the Yahweh Shem Yahushua is looking at sincerity. Anyway, so I put this comment here, yeah, homeboy, and your channel has no views. I really wanted to put no videos, but Spirit made me put no views. So he came back with this, Mr. Excuse. Sir, excuse a lot. I knight thee, Sir, excuse a lot. Filled with excuses. Years ago, I used to say, a joke I used to say, you got more excuses than a nigger in jail eating a bologna sandwich. Anyway, Pops Porter TV, views won't get me salvation. Oh, well, we'll see about that. Y'all then lost all influence. Keep collecting tithes. I mean, this dude is atrocious, man. Tithes? What is tithe? T-I-D-E-S. Tights? Tides? No, that's not tights. Tides? Tides. Tides. No, we don't collect tithes, oh boy. We collect tithe, which, by the way, is biblical.
That's right.
Okay?
But you heard it. Apostle Gabbard said it in the video. Men make excuses not to do the work of the Lord. Make excuses and make themselves feel better on why they're not doing something that they know damn well they should. And it ultimately comes down to they don't want to do the work. They're scared. to do the work because they're afraid to go out there and stand boldly for the name of the Lord. Well, we're set up in this truth, like I said, to be visual, to be vocal, and to be a light in this world, man. So for that to happen, you got to have works that somebody can track, somebody can see. Now, if you sit here and say you're doing work, well, there's an obvious way for your works to be noted. What's wrong with just putting those out there? So that if somebody needs something, they could just go to your archive of lessons and your works and your deeds to see those things. Men make too many damn excuses, man. If you know this word good enough to sit here and get your ass on the comment board and start talking shit, you should be out there teaching. Right? Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Right? So if you look at an old movie, I'm trying to think of a movie, man. I'm having a hard time, but there's, let's say Transylvania, right? Transylvania, the cartoon movie. In that movie, that hotel ain't in a valley. It's set up on a top of a mountain. Back in the day, every movie where it had like some creepy castle that was mysterious, it was always set up in a mountain looking over something, and everybody could see it no matter who it was. Right? That's how you're supposed to be. A city set on a hill cannot be hid. You're not supposed to be something that's easy to just tuck away. It says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and he give it light unto all that are in the house. That's what you are. You're supposed to be the candlestick that the Lord lit. The Lord put that fire in you. And now you're giving light to everyone in the house. Everyone nearby is seeing that light on you. They're seeing how you conduct yourself. They're seeing the Spirit of the Lord come after you with the words you speak. They're seeing your fervency in the Spirit. They're noticing, hey, man, this man is studied. That's all blessings from the Lord for people to see and be like, yo, this guy's on point. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see, Salakia, that they may see your good works. See, they got to see him. That's a visual thing. They got to see him. So this dude, what is his name?
Okay.
This dude,
No, we don't collect.
Pops Porter TV. Right? Well, when the apostle asks you, where's your works? That's right there. Where's your works? Nobody sees them. Nobody knows if you actually know the scriptures. For all we know, you just a nigga talking shit online that's right back in the churches. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. And that's what men do. When they see a brother that's on point, bringing out the scriptures rightly dividing the word of truth, going into prophecy, history, speaking on proper etiquette and conduct when you're in the truth. Those things are things people see and be like, yo, there's a different spirit on this guy. But they got to be able to see your works to know that. This is Matthew 10. And this ain't going to be a long one. Matthew 10. And 27 says, what I tell you in darkness, right? That's a secret. If something's told to you in darkness, it's in secret. That's speaking in the light. So are you supposed to always stay in the dark? Are you supposed to just be on the comment board and in the background somewhere? No, you got to come forward. That's speaking in the light, and when you hear in the ear, that you preach up on the housetops. If you're on the top of the house, everybody's seeing you. Right? I get around my woman family. Damn near every other word is the Bible don't say you're supposed to do that. They know what I'm about. And I'm not saying you got to do that in your daily life, but at some point, right? When you really get into this word, people gonna notice it. It's gonna slip out. This is why the scriptures tell you the word of the word of the Lord. It's like a river, man. Like a rushing water, ready to spring out. Well, the springs of water ready to spring out, man. It's always flowing through you, and it's so much your body can't contain all that. So what? The Spirit lets utterance come out every once in a while, and people know what you about. People know, hey, man, he ain't with that. He on the scripture tip. That's because it's within you, and they see it forth on you because that's your mindset. Now, when you actually into something, and you really delving into it, it's gonna spew out of you, man. It's gonna slip out of you because that's what you about. This is Isaiah 30. And 20. Isaiah 30 and 20 says, and though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers, be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So you gotta, if you call yourself being a teacher in this thing, you should be visual. If you call yourself being a man of the Lord in this thing, you should be seen. There should be works going out all the time, constantly, man. Because what did I think it was Jeremiah said it in the 5th chapter. One second. Isaiah 5. No. Jeremiah 5 and 14. Wherefore thus saith Yahweh power, because thou speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood. Jeremiah 20 and 9, here it is. Then I said, I will not mention him. Like going into the Lord. I'm going to just go right to it. Verse 8, it says, Jeremiah 20 and 8, it says, for since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil, because the word of Yahweh was made a reproach unto me and a derision daily. Right? We're always speaking a word. We're always telling people the right way and what's the wrong way. And it causes people to buck up against us, show us hatred, shows disdain, disrespect. So this is what Jeremiah was feeling. Every time he spoke the word of the Lord, everybody want to sit here and come against him. And he's just doing the right thing. So the word of the Lord felt like it was coming a reproach unto him. But peep this. Then I said, I will not make mention of him. Right? Jeremiah was of the mindset, I'm not going to tell these niggas nothing no more, nor speak any more in his name. But his word was in mine heart, as a burning fire shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, I could not stay. See, he thought he was going to be able to just, I'm not saying nothing to these niggas no more. But what? The word of the Lord was in him as a burning fire shut up in his bone, and it was causing him worry. He couldn't hold that back. And that's how the word of the Lord is going to be. So it's going to seep out of you, man. When you're really about this thing, when you're really about what the Lord said, when you're really about what he commanded, it's going to seep out of you. So if the word is flowing in you like that, teach, man, teach. It's important. It says that the labor indeed is plenteous. It says the labor indeed is great, but the laborers are few. Pray to the Lord of harvest that he sent forth laborers. Well, why wouldn't you want to be a laborer in that work? Why are men making excuses why they don't want to labor in that work? It's because they're not sincere, they're not studied, and they don't really believe. It says with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. What's the best confession you can make? Confessing the words of the Lord in his word, in his world. It says, back in Isaiah 30 and 20, it says, for though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed in a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. See, Philippians 4:9. Your eyes shall see your teachers. And it says, let's start up. Verse 8, Philippians 4 and 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good, of good report. All right, aren't these all things of the scriptures? If there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these. So you're always supposed to have your mind on the scriptures, because all these things, the things that are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, good report, virtuous things, these are all things worth of praise. You're always supposed to be thinking about the scriptures. That's all in the scriptures. These things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, in the power of peace shall be with you. So these things that you've seen. So obviously you got to, if the apostles, disciples, if Apostle Paul was being seen of people, we should be seen of people. That means you got to be visual. You got to be out there. You do your videos. People see those things. Hey, man, you're bringing men in. You're showing forth good works. You have a visage on that shows you how you're supposed to groom. A lot of Jake don't even know about the laws, statutes, commandments that go into grooming. So now they're wondering, why doesn't this guy ever have a lineup? Why doesn't this guy ever have his beard shaved? Right? And then you bring out the lesson and they're like, oh, snap, that's why I got to stop doing that. These things are important. So John 10 and 30, yeah, I'm in on this. It says, start at 37. It says, if I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. It's Yahushua speaking. But if I do, though ye believe not me, believe the works, that ye may know and believe that the Father is in me and I in him. So that's how we're going to know who's with the Father and who's not. We're going to see it, see the works you do, and we're going to know if you're with the Father or not. And that's what these people that's always scoffing don't understand. Our works are visual because we believe, we do this thing in simplicity, we do it as it's commanded. So you're going to see us. The only reason why you have something to say is because we're visual. If we was just in the cut like you, nobody has shit to say. But a true teacher, he's going to be visual. He's going to be apt to teach. You're going to be able to see his works. Shalom.